Yo, what's good, everybody? Got a brand new sample to chop up today. And if you notice, I am starting off the video in the middle of the chop, in the middle of the group, because the first half of those chops I don't even use, and that would just be a waste of time for everybody to see that. So, starting off with the ones that I am using. Per usual, just going through the full sample and picking out stuff that I like. Trying to find something that could be kind of a semblance of a beat. Just going through, and as I'm chopping it, kind of auditioning stuff, see how everything fits together, if it even fits together. I really like those harmonies. And I think this could be something. The timing isn't 100% correct right now. Like, it's not fitting into like a full 2-bar or a 4-bar. So I gotta work that out, and really that'll work itself out whenever I get the drums on there. And just for good measure, you can hear what I've not gonna use. And just pitching it down, I think that makes it a better tempo. Just some real simple drums. Just like an acoustic pack from something. But I'm going through and I'm just putting some like low pass filters on there and some high pass filters like on the snare, just to cut out all the super low end, and just keeping them real simple. Also go through and I pitch that snare a little bit just to get it to more to my liking. And now just going through and playing with the sample, see if I can find something to fit. And that's all those first chops, and none of them work. So I keep trying. That don't work, dude. Now we're getting to somewhere that actually sounds like something. Thing I gotta do now is figure out what the turnarounds are gonna be. I know those piano parts are gonna be the main backbone of the whole thing, but messing with the pitch, seeing if anything kind of strikes me as something that could be kind of cool. It's amazing how much like 1 or 2 semitones can change the entire feeling of a beat. I wish there was like a more streamlined process other than just play around. But at the same time, I don't. I think that's kind of cool that it's just, you can throw a bunch at the wall and see what sticks, and sometimes it's cool, and a lot of times it isn't, of course, but it's kind of a cool process. It's almost like Jackson Pollock type painting. In a sense. Maybe that's a bad analogy, but it's starting to come together now. I don't know what I was doing there. I don't know why I was pressing those samples. I'm recording this voiceover like a week after I made this beat, so I'm a little blind, I guess, going into this. Because, like, I forget my process of making a singular beat like 10 minutes after I have already done it, so... after I've gone through and I've auditioned all these multiple times, like they just didn't make a cut, so going through and re-chopping essentially to get something for a second pattern. I don't want it to sound too similar to the first pattern, but I definitely want there to be a little bit of cohesiveness. So like those big vocal sections, that they just won't really work like that. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of, they're too jarring of a sound. A lot of times the solution is to let a chop like breathe a little bit, like on that second beat, just like letting that sample take a minute and play. That's where the beat is, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to have like a chop per beat all the time. And adding that piano back in there, that helps with the cohesiveness of it. Just something that's like familiar from the other pattern to help the listener's ear out, you know what I'm saying? And now really it's all about the final tweaks, like going through and checking to see, of course, if everything flows together nicely, and I think it does. But also, I mean, you got to put in like I put in side chains on pretty well every beat. So I side chain the sample to the kick. And then I'll also go through and I'll add like some like saturation and all that stuff. I mean, if you watch the channel regularly, I mean, to finish a beat, I pretty well do the same thing all the time. I mean, put that sidechain on. 90% of the time I'll run it through Somatic's Origin just to like bring it all together and kind of dirty the sample up even more so than what it is, if it's not super dirty. Yeah. That's just kind of my process, man. I mean, sometimes a motif is good. I mean, you don't want to make the same beat over and over again, but going with a similar workflow, I think, kind of helps build a style for yourself. I don't know if I have a style or not, but I don't know, in my head that makes sense. And I just like the effects. I think they're cool. So that's another positive. But yeah, that's pretty well gonna wrap this one up. I appreciate y'all watching, especially if you made it all the way through to this part. Let's see, when is this gonna drop? The 15th, May 16th. I got another EP coming out. If it's past May 16th, it's already out on streaming services. Check that out. It's called Street Stock. It's only 4 tracks. Check it out. Link to my Bandcamp is down in the description. If you want to download it, it's free. Or give me some money, because I always like money. Because my dog just had to go to the vet for eating a bunch of foam. So if you want to help out with that, that would be pretty cool. So, all right. The dog's fine, by the way. Peace.